All right, everybody. In this clip, you're going to see this is my first attempt taking off from grass to see if these floats are going to work. The plane can lift up. The elevator's big enough, which I can tell you it's plenty big enough. And just make sure it can get up in the air. We'll take off grass, land on grass, nice and easy. Don't have to worry about anything. So when I take off, this is 100% throttle. This plane took off in like 6 feet, and then we crash into the ground. Now, the reason this plane crashed immediately in the ground is because I'm an idiot. And after changing the mixer settings in iNav, I did not check my control surfaces to see if they were still the same. And they were different. Everything was reversed. So left stick pitched right, right stick pitched left, up and down were reversed. And this was, again, caused by me changing it from a regular airplane with a V-tail to differential thrust, and it just reset everything. It even deleted my mixer channel for my pan for my camera. So make sure you check your settings in iNav if you decide to do this. Alrighty, so after the crash, did anything break? Yes, something broke. I'm going to show you. So what broke on the plane are these chintzy, dangly brackets. These are what go onto the floats. As you can see, I have some 3D printed ones on there. These things are just super, super chintzy. You can see on the end there, that broke off. The other one broke, pieces missing from it. And I don't know. It's just a super chintzy thing. So what I did is I designed and 3D printed these. They are exactly the same, except the wall thickness around the holes is a lot thicker, and the thickness of this mount is quite a bit thicker too. Another thing I would recommend is not using the screws, the set screws that come with it. I had the head snap on one of them when I was just tightening it up regularly, and I don't even know if I still have it. Yep. And I actually had to, as you can see here, I had to like grind into the thing so I could get some vice grips on it to get the screw out and replace it. Anyway, I wouldn't use it. I just used some regular screws and piece of cake. Another thing, since these go all the way through, you could order 2 of these kits and you could make this a tri-tune. You could add 2 floats to it if you want to do this on a different plane. But yes, this is a lot better. This is just a heavier duty mounting surface. All I did was hot glue it. Now you could drill a hole, run like a skewer stick through there to secure it. I do not think that is needed. I think that's a little bit of overkill. So that is what broke. The landing wasn't too hard. I saw it because I was looking when it crashed, and it crashed into some tall field grass, and that thing just broke right off. So that is the fix so far. Okay, proper test now. So, conditions, crappy. You know how I am. Thing can fly in crappy weather. It's going to fly in good weather. So, we are going to be taking off in horizon mode. I've set the throttle to 50%, and we're off. I'm just letting the thing kind of just mow across the grass there. I gave it very little stick movement to get it up in the air. It pretty much almost came up by itself. You could definitely get the plane up a lot quicker than that, but I just wanted to take it easy after wrecking it once already. So yes, flying around in horizon mode. Horizon mode is going to be, in my opinion, the mode you're going to want to be for takeoff and landing. It's going to keep the plane level during takeoff so you don't dip a wing. When you're landing, it's going to help keep the nose situated where it needs to be so you don't nosedive it into the water. And you'll see in my landing here was done in horizon as well. But what horizon has over angle is it's going to allow you to give that a lot more authority with your pitch and your roll access. So that way if you got to make a sudden adjustment, you can, and you're not just locked in angle mode. So with the weather and the conditions, the plane is flying great. It did not, CG was set perfectly. It didn't pitch up. It didn't pitch down violently. I switched it into manual a couple times when I was flying just to see what it was going to do, and it did nothing. Now with this plane, I'm using my Goggles V2. My water flight, I'll use my goggles too so I can record the OSD so you guys can see all this. But this was just a test. This was just a test to see if it'll get up in the air. And again, at 50% power, the plane is pulling just about 10 amps. I wanted to keep my speed up. I didn't want to have to stall or anything. So as far as a good efficiency test on how this is going to affect everything, we'll have to find out in another video. Alrighty, so now we're going to do a landing. I'm in horizon mode. I'm just coming down nice and easy, doing a little praying to that church right there. And you're going to see I come in, full kill. I'm just gliding right now. She's just gliding, letting horizon mode do what it wants to do, and touchdown, baby! All right, everyone. Well, that was awesome. It worked. Thank God. I didn't want to crash this thing again. You know, it does suck that it crashed, but, you know, it teaches you a lesson to not take shortcuts. Don't double check all your surfaces. One thing else to note in iNav is that it also reset my elevator and rudder values too as well. Instead of being a 70-30 mix, it put it back to the default of 50-50, which I'm assuming what happened is when I changed it to differential thrust and it loaded the mixer, it put the default values in it. But you live and you learn. Having the differential thrust is awesome. You know, even on the grass, as you'll see in this video, I was able to turn the plane back around and drive it back to me. These floats work great on mowed grass. Now, obviously, you can't use it in tall field grass, but if it snows where you live, frozen pond, I mean, these things are great. It gets the plane off the ground, so now you can kind of mess around with your props. We could put a 3-blade prop on this, which I'm gonna get some 3-blade props and just see if there's any difference to it or not. I'm not sure. I can also mount a camera underneath on the belly so I get a different view. That's going to be kind of cool. But definitely love it. I'm probably also going to order another set of floats so that I could put a wheel on this thing on the bottom so I could possibly street land it like this. It's definitely nice having a plane with landing gear or some type of landing system on it. Definitely works great. So hopefully in this next video you'll see I'll be taking off and landing on water. Again, horizon mode is going to be your friend. You know, angle mode would work, but I would fear that if I needed to add a whole bunch of input, I'm not going to be able to, and then I'm going to be flicking for the switch, and I might screw something up. So horizon mode just works fantastic for this. I'm going to wait till it's a perfect day to do this on the water. As far as keeping everything waterproof, man, I'm just going to have to freaking just cross my fingers. I'm not too worried about the motors and the ESCs. You know, if this thing flips over in the lake, I mean, it's going to be what it is. I'm going to bring a can of compressed air with me in my leaf blower just in case this thing gets soaked down and I can try to save it. It is what it is, man. So I think we will end it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for part 3, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.